Good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. Send you a nice warm hug and a loving embrace as we continue to expand on the vibration, frequency, and the consciousness of love. As we continue to join in unity and oneness and wholeness, to connect to each other heart to heart. This is later in the day than I normally get on, but I could feel the connection at our normal time, which is 7 a.m. Central in the United States. Because we're always connected by energy, we're always connected by love, even if we're not in physical presence of one another, and even when there's distractions. So every day we build, we connect. We're creating a unified field of oneness and a unified field of love. We're creating it in this planetary system and on this earth plane. We're creating it in the physical dimension that we reside in. Because it's always been present. But it has been hard to embody. So I'm just taking a moment here to connect and to send my love and gratitude, not only to you, to myself and others, but around the world, to each and every being. And if you were here with me yesterday, perhaps you felt the really extreme, intense shift in vibration and frequency that was experienced Sunday to Monday. Really expansive. And as I talked about earlier, as we clear ancestral trauma, as we dissolve the energies of cruelty and oppression and really the pain, sorrow, and suffering we've experienced for far too long, and the judgment and all the things that are less than love, there's a greater divide until it's like the bungee cord breaks and then we come back together into oneness and wholeness and love. And honestly, the reason that I'm late this morning is because I had to find my own center and balance. Because even though I absolutely know that love is how we heal, that love is how we become whole, and how we create a consciousness of oneness. But I also took a look at when things start to heal, they come to the surface. Maybe you've experienced that in your own life. Just bear with me. Okay, so what I'm going to do for just a moment, and it's what you can do perhaps when you get overwhelmed, I'm just going to take a couple of deep breaths. Bring all my energy back into center. Find that peace that I already know is within me. And find the love and compassion. And I'm actually going to shift the compassion into neutrality. And just bring myself into space of neutrality before I continue to talk. And it really is just through breathing. Bringing my aura in really, really close to myself. And setting the intention that I can witness the shifts and the change and the trauma being healed without being in it. And it's a habit of mine to, when I witness, when I go into these bigger energy fields, I kind of sometimes get a little too involved. So as we're creating this, continue to create this space of love and connection. And again, we're doing it. It's like a heartbeat beats stronger It's more intense. Okay. So thank you, I'm in a better space now. But when I look at that field of less than love, and I look at it through my personality, and I see the pain coming to the surface, I can get a little overwhelmed. So today I want to remind us, and when I say us, I mean me, and perhaps what I do will help you, is to recognize that healing comes through understanding. It comes from understanding another person's experience. It comes from understanding our own experiences. And we are healing collective trauma. Collective trauma. We're healing ancestral trauma that has been part of us for eons. It's part of our DNA to have separation, not only within ourselves, to see that we're separate from source, that we're separate from love, that we're separate from our higher selves, that we've been abandoned and lost. There is also within our DNA the separation between each being on the planet. And within this belief system is a hierarchy. And we've dissolved, let me rephrase it. We've become aware enough now, and we have dissolved the spiritual hierarchy. That there's a master or an ascended being, or angelic realm, or galactic realm, or anybody else that is more than us. There is no hierarchy. There's just different forms and different expressions of God, different expressions of source, and that's us. We are all our own unique individuals, but this energy, this consciousness actually that we've had is that you have to be deserving of love, or that wherever it started, I can't quite find the split yet, but wherever it started, that something defines me and defines you, and therefore I can have power over you, or I can see you as less than. And it's in all of our DNA. It's systemic. It's within all of us. Until you transform it and heal it out. And as I look across the globe, that's why you heal through love. Because children aren't lesser than adults. A national is not lesser than a foreigner. A race isn't lesser than another race. An animal is not lesser than a human. And so on and so on and so on. And what really got me into this space of looking again at what was being healed, and it is being healed. We are healing this. We are healing. We are in a much different place than we've ever been before. We have much more love that we're able to hold and be with. But at the same time, the cruelty has to be healed. And what brought me to the space of wonder and my personality getting involved is in our local paper last night, or wherever I was looking. There was a picture of a white police officer with his riot gear on and a black woman, and it was just lined up. People on one side, law enforcement on the other, and they're about this close. And I understand them both. I understand each one. I understand why they're there and why they need to be there. And my heart just wanted to say, have a conversation. Begin to understand why she has to stand here in defiance. Because it's in her DNA, it's in her history. But it's also in his DNA and his history, what she's experiencing. And why this officer, or the male or female, has to stand here in defiance. Because they're both in a place of misunderstanding. They're both in a place of fear, and they're both in a place of rage and despair. It wasn't even much rage last night. It was defiance, rage, fear, a little bit of hopelessness. And I absolutely understand each perspective, and neither one's wrong. And we have to understand the ancestral history to heal the ancestral history. But you heal through love. And right now, we're working on it. We're working on healing through love. And then I had a train of thought and it left me. But even in this moment, as you and I, and now it's a different tear coming through. Because it's the tears of love and compassion for each other. And when you can truly, and I know this from personal experience, when you can truly understand someone who has traumatized you deeply, and you can bring love to the experience. You love in such a deep way. And you have such deep love not only for that person who traumatized you, but for yourself. And we're learning to do this individually. And as we do it individually, we do it systemically. And right now, there's just a lot of trauma that needs to be healed. And I know we're healing it. So wherever you are in your life, and when you may see something or witness something that has the vibration and the understanding of pain, sorrow, suffering, despair, or however you may determine it, or maybe, you're able to hold a place of neutrality. And if you hold that place of neutrality, you're holding that for me and for others, so that we can join you. And I thank you for that. There's no wrong way of being human. There's no wrong way of navigating this, because we're all walking into love. But we have to allow ourselves, one, to feel. It's been ingrained that's another thing that's ingrained in our DNA and in our life experience, is to not honor the emotions. If you can't honor the emotion, you can't heal it. And when you shut yourself off from emotion, that's when you really shut yourself off from emotion, that's how you can be unkind at the least and cruel at the worst to another being. Because you shut yourself off from the connection to your heart, which automatically shuts you off the connection to another person's heart. If I'm connected, I can't kick a dog. If I'm connected, I can't criticize another. If I'm connected, I can't live in hate. So that's why it's so important that we're doing, this connection, this expansion of love. It is so, so important. And we're doing it across the globe. Millions and millions of people are connecting through their highest self without illusion of complete and pure love in a space of oneness. And perhaps it's just my challenge. I don't think so. It's my desire, and I know I will do it because it's just momentary, that I get caught up a little bit in the in the vibration, the consciousness of division. And I hold space and love and compassion and deep gratitude for those who are working through it, for those who are healing. We're not only healing ancestral trauma, we're closing the circle of karma so that we don't have to create karma anymore. We can live in the moment, live with complete understanding. And I think part of me remembers how long we've been working at this. It's been a long time, but now we're ready. That's why we're all incarnated now. That's why we're all here, for the transformation of humanity and to create love between all beings. So let's just take a few moments in silence. And with our deep desire and our intention to be in oneness consciousness, to love all, and to be love. Thanks, Rupert. There. I heard the music shift. And as I looked last night too, things that it was almost like glaciers breaking up. Really, really dense energy or granite breaking. It has to shift. It has to shift. It has to we have to have a crack in the opening. And that's what was happening yesterday. It wasn't just happening in my little town, my space, the earth. It's happening all over. But that's actually what I was feeling, was the breaking apart. And that breaking apart releases the trauma. And then once the trauma is released, you can heal it. So it really was truly a beautiful thing that happened. And is happening. But I just spent some time there. But I understand it better. And I even have more hope or more understanding that what we're doing is working. The words are so limiting. They don't quite, they're not always 100% accurate, but love does heal all. It heals all. So again, embrace this love, anchor it in, and then just send it with glee. Send it with joy, and send it with your highest intention, and your most, let's just power wash the earth and power wash everybody, everything with love, the vibration consciousness of love. We know this. Our spirit knows it. We're breaking through we're transforming the layers where that didn't seem possible, or we didn't feel it, or we didn't create it. Doesn't matter. Every single one of us have been in a place of not receiving love or not giving love. It doesn't matter. We're done with that. We're done with the judgment. The desire and the courage it came to be here, to be in this form, to be on this planet, to work through the distortion. That's cause for celebration. So celebrate. I'm just reading what Stacy said. Take a moment here and read it if I can get up, Stacy. She said she sat by the river this morning. She could see the water washing all things for me. The water was intense. Her description of power washing for her. Yes, water is truly cleansing. It really is cleansing. So, take the shower, embrace. That's why, baptism's more about Baptism's really about washing the illusion of less than. It got distorted someplace there, and it's connecting the physical body to the spirit. That's really what baptism is. Aligning the physical body to the spirit. When the spirit's aligned, then you're aligned to the all, to God, to source. Thank you for sharing that, Stacy. That really was pretty powerful. Thank you all for letting me process this through with you. Isolation's not good. So I'm very appreciative of this time together. And that what I can do for you, you can do for me. And we have this beautiful rhythm, back and forth, this connection that will never be broken. And we just keep inviting more people in. And yes, invite the pets and the trees and the earth. Invite everybody in. Every being. Every consciousness. So let's just take a few moments and really be in this space. And feel the expansion. And the wonder. And I'm choosing love. I'm choosing to be the expression of love today. I'm choosing to hold space for those with whatever their experience may be, where they are on earth. That with love, they have the experience that serves them, serves their soul's purpose, whatever that may be. And holding the space of love for healing trauma, ancestral trauma. We're in that space of stillness right now. Pure crystalline energy. You may experience blurry vision for a short time today, or I don't think it'll interfere with anything, but it may be just a blurriness, and then as that clears, as the illusion of separation dissolves, you may see it in the physical form also. So thank you, my loves. I am so grateful that we take this time together every day to create this space of love and connection. I want to say it's a promise, but it's a dedication. It's our soul's desire to do this in this now moment and every now moment after that. And yes, notice we're paying and need to close them, so that's working. And Rupert, as a time to sit in an online circle together, I think, oh, that gives me chills. I think that's a wonderful idea. So I do have a webinar coming up, but that's a little different. So Rupert, thank you for the suggestion. I will get that together. Anybody that would like to sit on online circle, I can create a Zoom webinar. Perhaps that's best. And we could see each other. And I'm hearing, let's do it in 7. I'm not hearing the time frame yet. Let's maybe give it 3 days. Let's invite in as many people as we can. I'll have my admin put together something today so that we can, if that makes sense. But I really think an online circle would be wonderful. This platform works, but let's take it a little deeper. Let's do that. So I'll post it here. I'll post it on YouTube. I'll post it a couple of different places. Invite people in. And maybe that's what we do once a week. Maybe that's once a week because we have the online circle. Let me know your thoughts on that. It feels right. Because one person changes the vibration. The communion of others creates the greatest change. So let's be in communion. I love you. I honor you. I see you and I really do understand you. And I love you. Thank you for being with me today. And let's be in love.